Hello. Whew. Hello. My name is Todd Rain. Sorry, I'm a little discombobulated. I'm just doing things the last minute as usual. So um, I am. Why is that not? Oh, I see. That's on the other thing. Let me get that off there. This thing up here. So I have that set somewhere here. Sorry, 1 second. Anyway, my name is Todd Rains. That's overlays. Oh, there we go. Found it. And this is not going well so far. Todd Rains from Woodturning Tool Store in the shop Friday afternoon at 2:30. Thank you for joining me. Ken, I'm glad you could get in. And I've got the other overlay. Why do I have my name on there? I was kind of looking at or working with this the other day, and that even is different. I guess I'll leave that the way it is. In case maybe people don't know, then my name is here down below Todd Rains. I guess I left that on there. I am the owner of wrong side Woodturning Tool Store. So glad you could be here. These are live streams I do every other week. I may take a week off in January depending on how things go, but I have to coordinate with Cindy because she does every other week. So, but on Thursday, and so once a week you'll find either Cindy or myself live streaming to places like Facebook and YouTube. And this time I also have people, or I sent out a link in my newsletter this morning to the webinar function of this tool, this StreamYard tool. So we'll see if people join from there. So happy solstice, Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, and any other holidays at all. Happy turning to you. Thank you, David. Thank you for joining. Hopefully the weather is okay up there in Oregon. And Glenn, good to see you here. Thank you for joining. Merry Christmas, Lowell, to you and yours, and Chuck as well. Hello to you. Steve and Steve Studio. Good to have you here, Steve. Thank you for joining. So, yeah, so silly graphic behind me, binoculars. If I stand to the one side, what did we do this past year? I really am kind of looking back at all the live streams I've done over the past year and seeing that there's a lot of great content in there. And so I wanted to make you aware, for those that have been here week after week or every week after week, you probably are aware, but we'll make it quick. I don't want to spend a whole lot of time looking in the past. I will do a little bit of turning here today. That's why I was a little bit late, I guess. Not really late to the stream, but late in getting prepped. I have been prepping a couple of things to actually finish off a Christmas gift for my daughter's boyfriend. So, Mary Alice, thank you for joining. Good to have you here from YouTube. Thank you for joining. And James Carter, good to have you here. Good to see or hear from you again. Hopefully everything in your shop is going well. So, let's crack on, as they say overseas. That gets me wondering where Philip is. Maybe he's having a good time this evening over there. So I'm just checking. Yeah, we're on Facebook, both my profile page and my my Woodturning Tool Store page. And the StreamYard webinar, I'm just going to click into there and just see. Let's see, increase limit. Can I get in? You're live, edit, share. Just wonder if I can go in there. Let's just copy. I'm just going to check on the other stream, so bear with me as I. And I don't think anybody there. So, okay, good to know. Just making sure everything's working, but everything's working over there. Anyway, yeah, so if we go to, and how do I, maybe I'll bring it in as a share. It might be easier to lay it out. So let's see, present, share screen, Chrome tab. This one, share, and let me get back here, and we'll put it into sort of sharing mode. Oh, I got to put it in the stream. There we go. All right, so this is the website. Sorry, the other side, this side, and it's under the Explore Woodturning. And I got to get over to that. I'm gonna take. Sorry, I'm trying to manage things here, and it's not all at all easy. Left-handed. It's not bad, single person, but left-handed I'm doing things with. So under the Explore Woodturning menu item, you scroll down to live streams, and you get this page. And this is actually, you can actually watch the live stream here. If we click on this, you scroll down to live streams, picture-in-picture, and you get this page. So, and this, let's just not do that. Let's just pause that. So you can actually watch the live stream right on the website. It's a YouTube feed right there. So that's kind of interesting. Hello, Jay, Ella, and Lee is in the house. So let me, from Birmingham, Alabama. Thank you, Lee, for being here. Jay, good to have you here. Thank you all. So down below is you're going to find all the past live streams. So last 2 weeks ago, I made these garden dibblers. You probably maybe saw those posted on Facebook feed, and did a little bit of sanding of one of the spatulas. So those are gifts for my daughter. So I'm carrying on the theme this month, or this episode, doing a gift for the daughter's boyfriend. So prior to that, bangle and bracelets. So we found out it's called a bangle. Bracelets, I think, have clasps. Bangle slip over. I think I learned that. So learn how to do one of those. That was from the Lost Art Box, and the episode before that was going through that Lost Art Box. So Raiders of the Lost Art. This was really just a fun thing, just kind of go through boxes I had in the shop that I hadn't looked at in a few years, of turnings and stuff like that. So it was fun to kind of go through that. Hey, Cindy. Hey, okay. So you and Lee are actually on the stream, the webinar stream. Good, excellent. Thank you. Thank you for joining from over there. There you are. Yeah, I'm looking at it now. Good stuff. So I'm glad that's working. Yep, she's on the webinar. So this is a new feature with StreamYard that they can do webinars. So it's really just instead of using YouTube or one of the social media platforms, it's just a link directly to a web page that opens it up. So if you don't want to mess with those YouTubes and stuff like that, you can go in there and chat. Just still trying to figure that out, how to distribute that sort of information. I put it in the newsletter today. By the way, hopefully everybody got the newsletter. If you're not one of my newsletter subscribers, on the let me get rid of Cindy's comment here. On the web page, we go back up. Right in this box, and at the top of most pages, you can click in and add your name and email address. So right in this area over here. So yeah, go ahead and do that, and it'll be fun. So I did announce that the Carter & Son thread chasers are back in stock, so that's good news. Oh yeah, I made a bunch of my demonstration videos available. So that was one of the main content there. So yeah, so let me just finish going through some of this. So Raiders of the Lost Ark, looking at art or projects that just didn't get finished. Oh, this was a fun one. This is Boo. This is Halloween's. We made a ghost. And it was done bumper to bumper, I guess, or end to end, the whole thing. So block of wood, shaped, hollowed, carved, and painted, all in I think it took an hour and 10 minutes of the stream. So check that one out. That was a great little project. So that was fun. So the next one, okay, so this is something I want to talk about. So I did some cleanup on my bed layers, like, a little, oh no, there's rust on my bed layers. And so I used a couple of products. I used a wax and the dry silicone WD-40 product. Don't recommend mixing those. It wasn't the greatest. Do one or the other. Both just didn't seem to really work that well. So I still haven't cleaned it up from that, but it's working okay, but it did get a little sticky. So, but once that stickiness is gone, it was good. So let's see. But otherwise, the idea using the sandflex blocks and scrubbing your lathe bed down, doing that kind of maintenance, not only on the lathe bed but on the underneath the banjo, underneath the tailstock, and if you're ambitious, underneath the headstock. But I don't hardly move mine. So let's see. So back in September, beginning of September, we did some small hollow forms, and this was actually in prep for my pumpkin box demo, creating a small hollow form. So look at a few tools to accomplish the task, some reasons why small hollow forms. So great idea to look at. Did some hollowing with some smaller tools. And then, so 3 weeks prior to that in August, July and August, Cindy and I did a tag team back and forth on bottle stoppers. So there's some fun stuff in there. This one was on resin. Did some resin bottle stoppers. Liquid diamonds, I found out, worked really well. So that was nice to do. This one, I did a bit of texturing on this one, a bit of color and texturing. And then this one was just sort of the basics, simple shape. And so it kind of goes in a series, basic, simple shape, how to mount and how to turn, and then to some texture and color, and then to turning resin. So, and then Cindy, you'd have to go check her YouTube page to see what episodes she did in between those. So she did some burl cap one or burl version. I can't remember which else. She'd have to, maybe she'll chime in on the chat or Cindy, point to your YouTube channel, and they can find them there. Live stream. So this one in July was right when the new Max 4 bowl saver from Woodcut came out, and I did all about the Max 4. I did a couple of videos, YouTube post-production videos, just regular YouTube videos, not live streams, on them as well. So that was a great place to ask questions and look at it and stuff. And I need to do another one because there's been some follow-up, and it really is a fantastic tool. We actually just sold the last one today that we have in stock. So it's going to be a few weeks before we get some more. So, but if you have a need for one, have a desire for one, we can get one quicker if need be. And so just let me know, give me a call, send me an email, and we can work with you on getting that into your hands. So, but some good information about that tool is there. And then what did I do here? I didn't really make a special graphic. And I think I found that you guys like when I do these sort of funky graphics. You can't really see it, but behind me, the binoculars and stuff and the boo and all that stuff. So I seem to get more attention with those. So I'll probably do that more. It takes a little bit more time. I talk about the AW Symposium. I turn a small vase form. Oh yeah, this was like a conical sort of shaped vase or little turning. I have some ideas. I just haven't been able to follow through on them about embellishing something like that using some math. And I got a calculator built for me by a math professor from UNT. So yeah, just geeking out a little bit there on that. I didn't really talk about the calculator there, but that's where it's going. So conical forms and that kind of stuff. So this one I changed over to, this is back in May. I changed over to the Woodcut True Grind system from the one-way Wolverine system. And I tell you, the tool holder and the sharpening within the jig is much better with the True Grind. I got to say that. The platform has got a little bit of work to do on it, but I'm able to use the True Grind sturdy rest or sturdy, what's it called? Yeah, sturdy rest, I guess, platform. It's not, you got to accept its limitations. And once you do that and you're able to work with it, I'm able to do 40/40 grind on it. It's not the easiest to do on a small platform, but it works. And it's handy as heck to have that drop out of the way and use it for have it always handy there. So Cindy put up her YouTube channel. So There it is. Yeah, just search for Cindy Drozda, and you'll find her YouTube channel. You'll find the rest of her live streams there, as well as what I was talking about, the bottle stopper series that we had there. So back in July and August. So thank you, Cindy. Let's see. Then prior to that, I talked more about the woodcut true grind system, initial installation, and stuff like that. So there's a couple of series on the true grind, and I got to say, I got to do a follow up on that too, because it is really actually quite a nice platform to work with. At least the like I said, the jig and stuff, it works quite well, and so I need to kind of follow up. I can do most everything on it that I want to do. Still haven't quite figured out, a skew inside the jig. I just mostly do that in the platform, but you can do skews and parting tools. So I got to work through a few of those. Woodcut will be coming out with a video, a pretty comprehensive one on the true grind. I think over the Christmas break sometime soon, hopefully. So we look forward to seeing that. Let's see. So there's a lot of information here. Sorry, I'm kind of going slow. This one's kind of turning a bowl. Yeah, it's just kind of running through a bowl quickly. Not a very exciting one. And prep for turning. So this is a good one. I created a live a chuck, a cup chuck for the tailstock live center. And so if we indulge me for a second, this is the little guy here, and it's just a little cup center on the end, threaded 3/4 by 10, and it goes right on the well, there it is there, the live center, so threads on there, and it's nice. There's a certain technique to get this to run true on your live center, and take a look at that. You'll notice there is a tenon on the end, but that tenon is not concentric with the hole, and so take a look at that one. It's a great tutorial on making one of those. So yeah, busy year with these live streams and lots of stuff going on. So let's see. Oh, so this is around Easter time, and the 3 live streams before this were kind of leading up and talking about making eggs and making a bunny out of the egg form. So so that kind of went in there. This used the ProMount carving stand. I love that tool. So this is a great addition to your shop. It's hanging on my tool wall. I use it quite often. Sits in your banjo and has a thread adapter for your chuck, and you can use that. It's got a vacuum on the end of it, or a threaded end for a vacuum chuck if you want it that way. It's just one of my go-to tools if I'm working at the lathe. You'll see this used in several of the live streams. Boo, the Ghost, was using this. I don't know if I did it in my pumpkin box. That was a demo, but I use it quite extensively on this bunny. So take a look. Oh, not that one. This one. Take a look at that one. Here's some more ProForm. Actually, this is the ProForm, not the ProMount, which is a hollowing tool. So somebody asked about that. And then I talk about some egg updates on the eggs and stuff like that for the bunny. The T1 high-speed steel cutter round bar, half round bar. This one kind of goes into depth on how I use it. So, that's back in February. So we're getting close to the end. Woodcut tools, ProForm hollowing tool, bowl saver, true grind. So I'll go all through most of the big products from Woodcut in February. And then before that, making eggs, looking at some of the Carter and Son tools, skews mostly for making eggs. Handles, February 4th, I went through my whole handle system and took a look at how I use it and some of that. So I can't remember all the details in there. And that was the first one I did in 2022. Before that, we're back in 2021. And this goes back like a long way. So you can go check all those past years of stuff, and it's a lot of fun. But one of the other things I wanted to show while I'm here is under Explorer Woodturning, there's video rentals. I've loaded up several of my demos for rent. So I thought maybe over the Christmas break, if you're kind of, missing out on wood turning because you're sitting around eating turkey or ham, or we're going to have steak and shrimp or something like that, some surf and turf, whatever Christmas celebration you have. And over the holiday break, if you're not getting enough time in the shop, you can watch video. So candlesticks are up there now. That was my latest one. The pumpkin box is up there. The oval box, the small plates, toothpick box, piston box, the kitchen utensils. I've got a bowl turning orientation at Techniques. This does both traditional and natural edge bowls, and then turning a bowl and bowl. And then the last one is the ATEM Mini. I did this for a lot of clubs around the area. We're looking for, or around the country, we're looking for information on how to do video switching and stuff like that for wood turning. So anyway, that is all updated now. So hopefully that's going to work for you, and we'll come back to me. So yeah, let me catch up on chat and see. Dave says, I need to get on board here. This is my first Friday live stream. Yeah, absolutely, David. So you're joining in from YouTube. That's a great place to join the chat. I can show the chat from YouTube, from Facebook, I am on Twitch. I don't know if I got anybody over on Twitch. Maybe Cindy can check out if I'm on Twitch, if it's working okay. But yeah, and then also the Direct Connect webinar. Went that out in my email blast this morning. So yeah, check that out. If you're not on my email, sign up now. So let's see. Let's see, Dave, lots of good stuff. I need to go back and watch. Yeah, absolutely. And that's kind of why I wanted to kind of review, because there's a lot of great content there. A lot of it is not, because it's me just standing here talking, but skip through to the part you want to watch. Sometimes I have a nugget of humor in there, so sometimes it's worthwhile, but not always. Michael, happy Friday, Michael. Good to have you here. Thank you for joining. And gosh darn it, I'm going to have to, figure something out. I'm going to maybe send you a text every time, Tony. You're always late. But no, I know you're a working man, so no worries. Good to have you here anyway. I watch them while I'm visiting the in-laws. Good idea, Chuck. Yeah, go in the other room, pull up your iPad, your laptop, whatever, and away you go. Yeah, well, I shouldn't say that. In-laws are fine. Hopefully, my daughter's boyfriend is God willing, going to accept his welcome in this into his home. So we're fine. So, hey, mate. Yeah. Can't find me on Twitch. Okay. So I don't know if I set it up right. I'll have to check that out. I'll have to diagnose. I didn't test it even. I should have tested before I tried that one. So thank you, Cindy, for checking. Let's see. Let's go overhead. And what have I got? It's rather dark down here. So let me figure this out for a second. Give me just I'm just over here working the computer. So let me put that back over there. Come back over here and brighten that up. There we go. Much brighter. Is that working? Yeah. All right. So I've got the Niles bottle stopper mandrel on here. What I have in mind is I've got these kit items. This is the bottle opener, and this is the can tab puller. So I was going to make a handle, single handle for both of these. Chris, our I don't know. It's not our son-in-law. They're not married yet, but just like that, the daughter's boyfriend can use this and have this. He drinks some. He likes testing different kind of beers and all kind of stuff. So this will go good on their new bar that they just made. And so that's the idea. One thing you'll notice is the diameter difference is quite drastic between these two. So trying to figure out how to get these cut or measured or diameters while you're turning them was the challenge. And this is what I was doing right before the stream started, was making before I show that, I'll show this issue that I And I found, do I want it on there? Yes, I do. Oh, I know what I was. Yeah, let me, where did I put those? Put those, oh, behind here. Up comes the magic curtain for a second. All right, I had to grab. So in the kit comes this little plastic washer. When I put it on here, though, and let me see if I've got a better view. That one is even dark. Let me adjust that one a little bit. I'm going to zoom this in pretty tight. Hopefully it gets a nice focus still. Sorry as I screw that. That's just tight. Is that zoomed in all the way? It is. All right. What you can see is that it's got some movement to it. All right. So it's not sitting on there nice and tight. So another shot of that. See if that works. You can see it kind of hangs down or hangs up. So when I go to put my my turning on there, I'm going to take that off for a second, and I'm going to switch back to that one. When I put my not focusing. I'm going to zoom out a little bit. There we go. All right, so I've prepped this blank. I've put a threaded insert in it, but when I stick this between the mandrel and the wood, then this goes off center. It doesn't really give me a true representation of the thickness of where I need that washer to be. So it's hard to see. It's hard to demonstrate on camera here, but this will wander to one side of that circle or the other, depending on how it's mounted on the blank. So this is why the bottle stopper series is a good one to watch, because even I learned something. And Cindy inspired me to make these little things, which are little wooden washers. And let me go overhead. So I've made two sizes that are going to fit. And I've actually, even threaded them. So I made them, drilled them exact. So that's that size. It's not moving anywhere side to side on that one. And then the bigger one on this guy. So he actually threads on there. And that's about the right size where I want the wood to stop. So I've got two washers that are going to allow me to kind of size the end of the blank appropriately. So the little circle is this diameter, and the big circle is this diameter. So that's something to. I just rushed out here about 1:30. I said, "Oh, what am I going to do? Well, I'll do this, and then how am I going to do that?" And I said, "Oh, I need to thread it. Okay, I need." And so all kinds of stuff going through, and looking. So yeah. So let's see. Lee's asking or saying, Todd made a bunch of them for Christmas gifts this year. Yeah. I don't make a bunch. I kind of scrambling right now. I just ordered these from Carl and Robin Niles Bottle Stoppers just last week, so I'm in a rush to get them done. So there we go. Let's see. So what I need to do is I've got my blank prepped. I need to get which end I'm going to do which end on. So in other words, is this going on this end or this end? So I haven't drilled this end yet, so we're going to do one end first. And I'm looking at this and seeing I've got a nice crack down there. I didn't realize that until now. So that'll probably be the small end. So we'll do the small end first. Maybe I can get rid of that crack. So we'll take the washer off that onto the mandrel. And then so I glued this threaded insert. Oh, this is the other thing I wanted to show. How do I show that? What was the issue? There was one other issue I wanted to show. Sorry, I got to think for a second. I thought it was something I was showing before I got, or looking at before I make sure that seats all the way. That does. I think it was without the washer. Wasn't that it? Yeah, that was it. So if I don't have the washer on there and just seat it all the way down to the wood. By the way, I cleaned this up. I made a nice cut. It's slightly undercut. So in other words, it's slightly cupped that way. So so that everything sits nice and flat. But if we don't put a washer in there and we put this up tight, then you'll see. Oh, I didn't put this on. Let me put this over here, zoom this in, and focus for a second. Right there. You will notice that there is a gap between the bottom of the mandrel and the top of the turning. So that little gap, move this over a little bit more, you can kind of see that little gap there is a problem, right? You're going to have a little bit of wobble there. But what's happening is these little threaded inserts aren't quite deep enough. Deep enough for the mandrel. So at least this mandrel. I haven't really checked with the other mandrels. So if we look at that another way, so they're making you use a spacer of some sort. So there you go. See, it's not all the way up to the end. So maybe I should leave the wood proud a little bit here. That would solve the problem. I didn't do that. It's pretty much flush. And I wonder if it's the same issue on the Morse taper mandrel. I don't know. Yes, it is. So there's a gap there. So something to be aware of. I wasn't aware of that until I went to do this. So another reason for making these little washers. There we go. Handy little microlight. So Cindy Drozda's magnetic LED microlight. Another plug there. So tighten that up. I don't know what's moving. Hope my threaded insert isn't moving. I put it in with yellow glue, so it might not be. Yeah, it's coming up. I probably need to use CA glue. Would have thought that would have held, but maybe not. It's all I had in the shop at the time, so. This, by the way, is a practice piece, so this won't be the final handle. I'm actually going to do it in blackwood or ebony, whatever I got over there. So it's going to be black. But I thought I'd practice, and good thing I am practicing, because now I know. And I think the proper glue to use is, it's sorry, reading comments. The glue that Cindy recommended and others have recommended is the Gorilla Glue, because it expands into that joint. So that's probably what I'll go pick up and do that. Yellow glue is not good for metal to wood, I guess. But it's what I had handy. So do I want tailstock support? We will turn this off. And put up a tailstock support. So I get look at the time. So Tony says, I never use the inserts. The mandrel self-taps as you screw on the blank. Yes, it does. Both of them. Does the other one? No. This. So the Morse taper mandrel I have doesn't self-tap, but the one here does have a self-tap on it. You can get taps as well. And yeah, in my live stream, I tapped directly into the wood, and on the bottle stopper series, Cindy used these inserts. So I thought I'd try these inserts and see how they work. So we're going to clean off this end. Grab the live center. I wonder if I should, maybe I'll do that. Yeah, let's do that. Thinking through the process, I'm going to drill out for the other end for is the other end big enough? Should be big enough. We have this washer to tell us. So if I tilt that down just a little bit, this end, it's going to be that big. So I got plenty of meat there if I leave that little tenon on. So I'll clean this up nice first and then drill. I got to change my drill bit here. That's not in focus, is it? There we go. I think that's got it. And let's see, different version of mandrel. Yeah, that's absolutely right. And Tony says, I think CA glue would fail quicker than yellow glue, probably. So Dave says, if you drill the insert hole a little deeper, you can make up for that little gap. Yeah, so you're saying put it deeper and let the wood be the shim. Yeah, absolutely. I just don't know why they didn't make the inserts deeper. Let's see. Oops, got that one on there. Let's see. Mike says I use Gorilla Glue. Let it sit a day. Is it slow setting goo? Okay, good. Yeah, I just did this like 40 minutes ago, so I probably haven't let it set. So that's weird. My Morris taper mandrel does. Okay, so this is probably an older one. Maybe I got somewhere. I don't know. You need to use Niles mandrels adapters to their size for them as you're turning. Mandrel adapters. I don't know what those are. Are you saying, Lee, that there's adapters that go on here that have a different width here? Is that what you're saying? And if so, I didn't see them on the website. Maybe I missed them. So let's see. David said, it's been hit and miss with me with the tapping wood, either using the self-tap mandrel or a tap. Yeah, I've always used a tap myself. I got the tap here. Was it 3/8 by 16? I keep forgetting that number. And I use a smaller drill bit typically, 1/64 smaller, and then tap. If it's really hardwood, then I'll use the standard drill bit, 5/16. Is it? I can't quite remember, but yeah, good stuff. Let's see. So Michael says, yeah, some woods are too soft to accept threads. Yeah, certainly, pine may be a problem, poplar, but most others, not too bad. Scott is in the house. Finally made it. Thank you for joining. Lee says, yeah, they are like Cindy rings. Yes. Okay. So like these little wooden washer things. So, okay. Good to know. Easy to make your own. He says, I use epoxy, not sure the longevity is Gorilla Glue better. Yeah, so people chime in if you've had experience using epoxy versus Gorilla Glue. I think Cindy talked about it once before. Mandrel adapters are steel washers. Okay. And so I would guess maybe they have the same issue that I talked about where you get that little bit of slop with this little washer. So if we look at this guy, this little slop here is not something I can't measure against that, because I don't know if that's the high side or if that's the high side. So, you know what I mean? So that's my problem with them. And if the steel ones are the same way, doesn't do me any good. They are the same size as the hardware. Yeah, that makes sense if the outside diameter is. But like I said, if there's slop in them, then it's kind of a pain. Let's see. The inserts are great for softwoods. You can mix and match the hardware. Yeah, that's one thing I do like about it. Michael says he's partial to epoxy for this use. Have you used a Gorilla Glue, Michael? And if you have, what's your experience there? So, Cindy, epoxy is long lasting, but it doesn't expand to fill the minute gap between the hole and the insert like Gorilla Glue does. Yeah, good. I made mine from old whiskey barrel staves. Yeah, good idea. I like Type Bond brand of polyurethane glue. Yeah, I do have some of the powder form of the old resin glue. I wonder if that would work. That's pretty old though. I don't know. I don't know if I'd trust it, and it's a bit of a pain to work with. Excellent. Good discussion on glues and hardware. Was Cindy. I used the epoxy on pens and had lots of failures. When I started using glue, no more failures. Oh, good. Yeah. And that Gorilla Glue does expand, and it cures with the moisture. So you can even wet your product, little water inside the hole, and then Gorilla Glue, and then, not a ton of water, but moisten the surface, and makes the Gorilla Glue cure. All right. I have to change out my drill bit, and where's my chuck key? All right. Things are moving on me. A sip of tea. That might calm me down. Okay. Did I put it back there? No. Oh, yeah, I did. Yep. Set things on the bandsaw behind me, and with the green screen down, I kind of lose it. So, all right. So I am just changing the drill bit on this side. I had the drill for tapping the little wooden washers, but now I need to drill. This is a 7/16, I think, for the diameter of these little inserts. So too many things on my headstock now. I should make a little. I wanted to clean that up. That's what I wanted to do. So let's go down and do that. Sorry, I should have put my motor on there, but I didn't. I'm getting that chatter, so I'm slowing down. Trying to take it nice and slow so it doesn't chatter. It's nice and clean. I'll make a little dimple for the drill bit. Turn the speed down a little bit, maybe too much. Bring the drill bit up. Lock it down. And how deep do I need to go? So there's my mark. You can see I put a black marker there, so I had to turn the drill bit around to see that. So that drill bit depth is is about a 3/16 longer than this guy to get me past this dimple or the taper, as well as give me some airspace in the bottom, so I'm going to get hydraulic lock. So, all right, so I'm not going to fill that in right now. I'm going to use my cone center, and that's why I wanted to drill that first. Put my cone center on. Let me get myself up there. It's kind of confusing. How long are we going? Oh, so we're in 45 minutes so far. So maybe I'll take a little time here to, what do I put up here? So, yeah. So let me. So some events coming up. TAW, Tennessee Association of Woodturners Symposium, is in January 27th and 28th. So I think I have. Do I have? I have a thing here. There it is. Let me hide that. So, yeah, 27th and 28th, we'll be there as vendors. Let me do that. There we go. I can sit down beside Tom. And so that's in Franklin, Tennessee, just south of Nashville. So we'll be there as vendors, and then these people will be demonstrating. Should be fun. Looking forward to that. So check that out. Registration closes soon, so if you want to get in and stuff, get the registration, do that now. I think they have a limited capacity, so that's why. So I wanted to check that out or show that. Let's see. Cindy's Tool Talks, her live streams Thursdays. Check her out on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and probably this webinar, StreamYard webinar. So look forward to that. Next, I don't know if are you doing something next week, Cindy? Let us know. I mean, it's the week of Christmas, right? So let's see, what else did I have here? That's how to get a hold of me. That was really about it for now, I think. So let's get back to what we're doing here. So got the center up there. Now I can kind of turn this with confidence. It is slipping in that thing, so I'll have to redo that side. Not a big deal, I don't think. This, by the way, having this mandrel or a mandrel like this to take that off there to insert these things is kind of handy. Of course, a bolt would work, a 3/8 by 16 bolt. But the nice thing about this one is if you do get it stuck, it does have this through hole that you can stick a wrench in or something like that and twist that off. So I actually use this as an insertion tool. So well done. All right. So what sort of shape am I looking at? So let's work at this end here, since that's kind of why we talked about these washers. I don't think I'll get the whole thing done here. I'll probably do this after the stream. So, but we'll do a little bit. I've got a little spindle gouge here. I do have a rough and gouge overkill for this project, but let's just round it out with the rough and gouge. Guess it's not really overkill. I mean, it works. It's a tool that works. It just it's a big tool for a small turning. Put the angle even more and get more of a skewing action. You can see the shininess difference in the quality of cut. I'm not quite round even. Not even there yet. That's round. We'll do one more pass, a bit lighter, a bit slower. This is mesquite, and I wanted to kind of see how it's going to finish off the tool. A little hesitation mark there. Let's take a look, see where that crack is. So the crack was going to be, I should have marked it, but I didn't. There it is. You can see it's just lifting there. You can kind of see that. I can get my nail under it. You can kind of see there, the profile over there. So that's a little bit concerning. I think it's going down this way. On the end, I don't see anything, so hopefully we can turn that away, and that's not going to be a problem. So we're turning this end down to the ring there. So let's just work on that. I've got the little spindle gouge. We'll get the end done here. Down to that level. Nice and clean. And then we'll figure out where we're going with it there. Also want to stop and check. Just grabbing it, see what size it feels like in my hand. Chris is about my size, so his hands are probably, close to the same size. So if it's a smaller person, smaller diameter handle, so we'll probably take it down a bit further. Yeah, ruining all that nice work I did. Well, that's fine. I'm just practicing. I know this one is going to be bigger. I'll try and leave that end as much as I can. For these long flowing curves, I do like a big tool like this. I find it hard to sometimes get these nice flowing curves done with a smaller tool. Following spindle turning practices from large diameter to small diameter. So this is the bottle opener side. So just trying to figure out, that's kind of fitting right between my fingers, that little hump. So that might be okay, and have a nice rise here for the thumb, and then a quick dive or a bead over to yeah. So we'll do that. I like the way that's going. I might make this a bit steeper here on the thumb side. I'll switch to the smaller tool and get a better curve on that. This is where using a small tool on a large radius, for me, is not the easiest thing to do. Yeah, it'll be good leverage. It'll be good leverage to pop a beer. So that's good. All right, so let's figure out this end. This is a can tab puller, so maybe doesn't need quite as much there. Maybe it goes that way more with the hand rather than this way. I don't know. Just trying to figure it out. But you kind of get the general idea of what I'm trying to do. And let me get back over here. Let's see. It's a polyurethane glue. Yep. Excellent. Let's see. I usually put a shallow recess in the end of the handle stopper so the hardware actually recesses in. Yeah, I don't. I don't. So good, interesting strategy. So dealing with the overflows, it expands. Let's see. Lee says the can opener is great when out camping with several groups around the campfire, making it easier to open cans. Yeah, opener. Yeah, good. Good to know. I wasn't quite sure how it would be received, but I think it should be good. So thank you for that feedback, Lee. Let's see, Duncan. Enjoying this in the UK tonight. Yeah, well, good. I'm glad you could be here. Thanks very much. And Cindy confirms, yes, she is doing a live stream on the 22nd. So excellent. That's the day after solstice, right? So yeah, hopefully you're not here in good shape. So let's put it that way. And yeah, I'll be watching. I'll try and watch. I should be there. Hopefully, we'll see. And yeah, good stuff. Okay, so where are we at? We're about at the top of the hour. You're going to see me finish this. I don't know. Probably not. I'll work on this. I'll post the finished result. I got to finish this little bump down here. I got a little tool mark there, and a little bit here to work out. But I think that's generally the shape. I will put the mark of the large one over here. In fact, we could probably do that just by maybe squishing that on the cone a little bit, just to kind of put that there. And that kind of gives me the size of where that guy's at. So maybe I'll just leave that. I don't want to put too much pressure on that. It's going to snap that thing. Let's see if that works. If it doesn't, we'll just make another one. Yeah, we got a little bit of a, yeah. I think what I'll do is I will just, no, won't do that because it's not running true. And so if I look at the wide view, yeah, let's look at that one. So you can see the top of that radius. It's changing. It's thinner up here. So that means that this is, if I just slack this off, this is moving ever so slightly. So I'm not getting a true cone into the actual bottle stopper or the handle because it's not fitting all the way into this hole. So when I fit the cone in there, you can see it lines it up. So if I leave that off, it pulls it straight. So that's why this isn't going to work in there. I will take it out, mount this end in the other end. I'll insert the insert in there, mount it on this side, and turn this side over here. It'll be nice and steady. So, and then we'll run this end in the cone center. So good things to try to figure out what works, what doesn't. That won't work. Won't give me a true fit. So, all right. I'm just going to hang out and finish this thing. I probably won't talk a lot, but keep sharing and asking questions. I'll stick around for another few minutes and see if we can't clean this up a little bit and figure out how this thing's gonna look. So this is the tab puller. So I think it's not gonna look goofy down there like that. Just kind of thinking maybe a bit of a taper down there. I think let's taper it down. Okay, that's getting smaller than that's probably not going to work. May have to redo that end. What do I got here? I think we got rid of the splintering. That's nice. Saw the comment, Cindy. Yeah, always a moderate. Well done. Merry Christmas to you, Michael. Merry Christmas to everybody else. Everybody enjoy their holidays and be safe. And we will see you in the new year. Probably won't see me on a live stream after over the break. So I will take my leave and say thanks everybody for joining. I appreciate it. Take a look at the past live streams we talked about. Take a look at the video rentals, and everybody have a safe and happy and merry holiday break. So we'll see you in the new year. Thanks, everybody. Bye for now. I'm just going to go mute, and I'll pull this off and see how it fits. So we'll redo that one. Well done. Okay. Bye now. Oh, I should do this. Do I have that on? Let's see. Yeah, there it is.